I was called to diagnose this Accord. They've taken the steering out, and I'm using the Honda software itself. So let me go back and do DTC scan. Then scan the whole vehicle, and see this one. When it's scanning the vehicle, it's quite fast. So just wait for it to finish the scan, then I'll check the fault code on it and see what is wrong with this vehicle. So these are the fault code. It's reporting battery sensor. Wow. It's reporting about the battery sensor, and it's also reporting about the adaptive damping control unit. Then it's also reporting about the parking sensor. So let me go to the PCM. It's also reporting about the damping sensor. So now what I'll do is I'll check the battery sensor first. So with Honda, they do have fuse for their battery sensor and the communication. So I'll check all those things and make sure that they are communicating. So now that I've turned the key on, I'll check the fuse, and this fuse for battery sensor. So that's the fuse for the battery sensor. So I'll check it, and on the fuse, I think it's this 7 amps. So I have to check it for now. And okay, so that means the battery fuse is faulty. So now what I'll do is I have to get ground. So this is the battery sensor. I have to get ground on one, then the link communication on the other. So what I'll do is I'll set up my scope to check the link communication. So now I know the fuse is not working, so I'll take out the socket and run out some diagnosis on the socket. So I want to find out which one is power and which one is ground. Then I'll give it power using my test light and go and scan the vehicle again and see. So now I'll do that for now. I'll do that for now and know what to do there. So now I'm about to check the voltage on the system, on the cable. So I'll test my multimeter first to see if my multimeter is working properly. Then I'll check the middle pin, which is supposed to be battery positive. So I'll test the middle pin, which is not fused, so it's supposed to be a constant battery positive. Then also I'll check the rest of the 2 pins remaining, and this 0.9 is the link communication which is going on. So what I'll do is I'll check the other pin also, which is the fused one. So this is the one connected to the fuse, so I'll check that one also and see the voltage I'll be getting on it. Although I have not fixed the fuse yet, that's why I'm getting almost to ground voltage. So you can see I'm getting almost to ground voltage. Then I'll go back to the brown cable, which is the lane communication. That means my lane line is working perfectly. So you can see that I'm getting 9 and 10, which is due to the communication going on that line cable. So you can see that the communication is going on. So what I'll do now is I'll try and replace the fuse and connect the battery tester. So now I'll load test the circuit and see if I'll get correct ground from it. Correct power from it. So the one that I tested for 12 volts, I will use my test light to test if it will turn the test light on, and it turns it on. So I'll move to the next pin, which is the lane line. This is the lane. So with that one, I'll move my test lead to know that it's a communication line. When I move my test lead to battery positive and touch it with it, it will increase the voltage, and when I take it to ground, it will decrease the voltage. So you can see it increased it to 12 volts. So now What I'll do is I'll fix the fuse and I'll
So
plug the
now
socket
I
back.
have replaced the fuse, but I'll change it from the 10 amps to 7.5 amps. Right now I don't have the 7.5 amps, so I've changed it and I've fused it. So let me test it from here, and you can see I'm getting 12 volts. And let me test it from here, and I'm also getting another voltage. So I think the brown one is the lane connection, because now I'm getting 12 volts on this side, so now the sensor is working. So the brown one, the last one, is the lane. So I'll go into the vehicle and scan it. Now what I'll do is I'll erase all the fault code. Erase all the fault code. So let me go to the gauge module. Go to the gauge module and erase the fault code on the gauge module and see the issues that I'll be getting. And I don't know why the fuse got blown. So let me finish erasing the fault code and see what I can do. For the blind spot, they've taken out the side mirrors for the blind spot. So now the gauge fault is left with only 2, and the PCM is left with only 1, independent. So, okay, I've now erased it, so let me erase it. So after erasing that fault code, then I'll check. Okay, turn off, turn back on. And then now I have to find for the damp sensor.